Briefers? Welcome back to another episode of Ting Boys. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Lagoon 150. It's been a couple months since I've done an update, but I'm back. Work's been crazy, but I'm happy to report the tank is doing good. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Lets me know that you like what you're seeing. Let's go. All right, reefers. Innovative Marine 150-gallon Lagoon. Since the last time I showed this video, there's been a lot of updates. For starters, I did update the aquascape. Apart from updating the aquascape, we got new livestock. There you hear my pug running around. New livestock, some new coral, a lot of growth, a lot of growth. So first we'll start with, let's start with the livestock. So as you can see immediately, Purple Ting has been doing really good. Sucker is massive. Eats like a beast. Not overly aggressive. So he is very dominant of the aquarium. However, I have seen Purple Tings be more aggressive, so not overly concerned about him. But happy camper. If you guys have been following the channel, you do remember that I did go through that huge issue with the Tings where I did lose some fish. But this Purple Ting was a trooper. Super thick, eats like a machine. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He loves to sniff, make noises when I'm filming. Come on, boy. All right, so back to this. Well, Mason. All right, so Purple Ting doing really good. There you see a really nice mimic Ting. So let's see if he comes around the corner. So for the longest, I've always wanted to find a mimic Ting, but a healthy specimen that had the coloration that I was looking for. So if he comes up to the front, we'll be able to see him a little bit better. So this mimic Ting is really thick. He's been in the aquarium for a couple months already. Let's see if he comes up front. Look at the colors on this guy. One of my favorite fish, just because of the orange around his eyes, the tail, almost like a peach color. When they're happy, they're peaceful, they eat like a beast, they add a pop of color, and they get really nice streamers once they get older, so he's starting to get the peaks in the back. Apart from that, the clowns are doing great. Gomez and Morticia, if you guys can see that Black Widow is doing fantastic. The clowns absolutely love hosting it. I've seen some bubbles there. It's super close to the orange octospawn. So I'll probably end up having to frag that or probably move it. But the clowns absolutely love hosting that rainbow bubble tip. There we go, look at that. Now I will say they usually stay in that area, but if you do get close to them, they don't hesitate giving you a little nick. Apart from that, yellow chorus wrasse doing absolutely great, super chunky. The chromies, I got 5 initially a couple months ago. Usually you do have some die off, but 2, 4. I know usually I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's the other little guy. Chromies are doing well. Bengai Cardinal doing fantastic. If you guys recall, I did add a little baby Bengai. He's doing great, even though all they do is fight all day. But the baby Bengai is doing fantastic. Mystery wrasse. Let me see if I can zoom in. Right over there, super chunky. Super chunky. I'd even say probably one of the chunkiest mystery wrasses I've seen. So no complaints there. Look at this guy. Oh, did you guys see that? Latest fish in the Innovative Marine 150 Lagoon, the Tamini Ting. Good news, bad news. The bad news is super shy. The good news, however, he's eating, gets along great with the other Tings. But right now, super shy. If I were to move back here, he might come out. Look at this guy. Such a drama queen. Usually if I buck up, he will come out. Just because he's afraid of us. Little by little, he has been becoming more social, coming out. Couple updates to the aquarium. I'm running a lot more white, if you guys could tell. Here's why I'm running more white in my spectrum. Now, while the intensity is the same, I'm running white because I noticed I wasn't feeling fulfilled with the fish. And I saw one reefer who had almost similar. There he is, the Tamini, there he is. Look at him. Look how beautiful he is. One of my favorite fish. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you do remember that I had a huge Tamini, but unfortunately I lost him when I upgraded the aquarium. There was a huge outbreak of what I would consider, I thought marine velvet, ended up being undisclosed because not everybody died, but a lot of the fish died. God, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, the reason why I'm running whites. It looks whiter than it truly is because I do have a orange filter to filter things out. But the reason why I started adding a little bit more white is super simple. The purple Tang looked black. The mimic Tang looked dark. While the corals were actinic and nice and bright, I only saw the corals when I put the glasses on. So I changed the approach to, I want to see my fish. I want to see my fish. I want to see the colors. I want everything to pop. And I don't regret it. So what I started doing was I run a little bit of white during the day, which is what you're seeing now. At night, everything goes deep blue. And we go back to the actinics. So, kind of like the best of both worlds. New corals, the torches have been doing fantastic. At first they were doing great, then their flesh started receding, and I did something very similar to the compound dip. There you can kind of see a lot of the flesh, kind of tough to see it right here because that one just split into thirds. But it was a mixture of iodine, there you guys hear the storm, Florida summers, baby. So, very similar to the compound mix, iodine, microbacter, chemiclean. I think the only thing that I'm missing was Cipro. And I dipped them, and a couple weeks later, I mean, they started looking fleshy again. I just moved these guys. You can kind of see, it's kind of tough to see for some reason, the angle. But they have really great flesh. This is the first day since I moved them up there because the Black Widow was getting way too close to them and I didn't want to have any casualties, especially with my torches. So once they get really happy, we're going to see crazy streamers coming out of him. That is a dragon tamer. You can kind of see the yellow there, even under whites. One of my favorite torches. There we have an Indo Gold. Some people call those Jester, Hellfire. I mean, we could argue all day on the names. What I love about this aquascape, however, is I have so much more rock. So now I can really add a lot more coral when before I didn't. Space Invader Pectinia doing absolutely fantastic. I got this little guy as a baby frag a couple months, maybe a year or two ago. So this video doesn't do justice how big it is. I'd say it's about 4 inches across, super thick. Super happy with the growth that I've gotten out of that guy. When we go over here, this also got dipped, the hammer. Beautiful specimen, one of my favorite corals that I have. Duncan. So, couple things. We do have some winners, right? I mean, got that Ghani from Cali Kid Corals. This Ghani from one of my buddies. Ghanis have been doing very well for me once I started dosing. Acan Colony, not doing the best. Why? Not too sure. Might consider dipping it shortly. Beach Bum Montifrag, ever since I moved it a little bit, it went from being that dark golden green color, which I love, right? It wasn't dark in the sense of black or not pretty, but it was more of a golden green. Now it's a bright yellow green. So one could argue the other one was prettier, or you could argue this one's prettier. I'm okay with either or. However, now it's significantly brighter. Sunset Monty, is that the sunset? That's not the sunset. Is it the sunset? I can't remember. Back there. A little bit of hair algae. We'll talk about that in a second. Bird's Nest, Digitata. Huge chalice up there. God, I can't remember the name. Raha Rampage doing fantastic. Another chalice up there. So let's talk about the ugly. We got some hair algae. If you guys recall, I was battling hair algae for some time. Here's what happened. And leave a comment below if you know better than what I'm saying. Skimmer wasn't dialed in for the longest. Finally got it dialed in. Got the skimmer dialed in. Now it's sucking like a machine, cleaning. I mean, I can't. I have nothing bad to say about it. I tried the fluconazole treatment, but I did it for about 130, 140 gallons. Little did I know this displays 150 and my sump is 30. So we're looking at about 180, 185 gallon water volume. I didn't know that. So my specifications were significantly low because I didn't know any better. And then when you do fluconazole, you can't do a water change for about 13, 14 days. So you take all these things into consideration. Phosphates are a little high, nitrates are a little high. I did the wrong amounts of fluconazole treatment. Those things didn't help. So things that I'm doing to combat that, I've done water changes. I'm doing about 2 a week, every 3 to 4 days, just to lower my nutrients. I'm dosing phosphate E to regulate my phosphates, and I'm doing it manually. Once I get everything regulated, I will put phosphate E in a doser, because I feel like it's easier to regulate phosphate E, in my opinion, if you can monitor it, versus GFO. I haven't had much luck with GFO. Again, small amounts, we'll see. You want to be careful. You don't want to bottom out. I did add 2 urchins and a sea hare. Haven't seen that sea hare since I put it in here, to be honest with you. However, the conchas are munching away. There's one back there under the gold hammer. The other one is right up there. The Timini Ting is a lawnmower. All it does is eat algae, so I feel like that will do some damage. And of course, I have 2 other Tings in here, which I'm hoping will definitely do some damage. So what I love about the way the setup is right now, I feel like regarding fish, other than maybe a small, cool fish here and there, I feel like I'm pretty good. Of course, I'd love to add a yellow Ting. That'd be a dream fish for this aquarium. Don't want to risk the chaos. A gem Ting, great fish. Don't want to risk the chaos. Even a powdered blue, don't want to risk the chaos. I'm super happy with what I have right now. Potential blue spotted jawfish, that's always a plus. Could be. Had it before, maybe. But I feel super happy with where I'm at right now with the aquarium. I just want to get everything regulated. I gave all my microalgae for the refugium to Hector while I did the fluconazole treatment. So I will be retrieving a good amount of chaetomorpha to offset the nutrients. Apart from that, can't forget Frankenstein, doing very happy. Look how big that sucker is. I mean, he is easily 5 inches across. Very little flow, if any. Medium light. Thing's a beast. But yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm going to be hoping to be doing updates about once a week, once every other week, just to be more consistent. But I got to be honest with you, I'm super, super stoked with the way the aquarium is looking. Alright, Reefers, so I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Zoa Tank Boys. Don't forget to smash that like, subscribe. Lets me know that you like what you're seeing, and let me know. Am I on the right track when it comes to the phosphates? Am I on the right track when it comes to the nitrates? And what corals do you want to see in here?
because I can think of a lot of zoas that I want to add. I miss having an elaborate zoa garden. I can think of a lot of mushrooms. OG bounce mushroom. Of course I need that. So let me know what you think. Super excited to be showing this tank off again. Till next time, Zoa Tank Boys out.